to get to the show, I gotta introduce the host. Y'all may know her from social media, going crazy with Summer, being on that baddies, what was that, highlight baddies clip when Sis was in it. We got the lovely Alexa Rose in the building. Y'all give it up for Sis one time.
What's up, y'all? I'm Alexa Rose. For those of you who don't know, I'm Detroit's media music in the making. I'm the creator and CEO of Girl Talk Podcast, and I also have another platform called On the Block with Alexa Rose. It's a platform that I do when I go to entertainers' block. It don't necessarily have to be their block, and I do interviews. I have been doing entertainment for about 5 years, professionally 3 years. I came up with Girl Talk Podcast basically because I have always had the gift of gab. I have always loved talking. My friends, my family has always come to me for advice, and one I was just going live one day, talking and popping topics. And when I ended the live, I had 10,000 views within like 30 minutes. I believe about 500 shares, and I just took off with it. I thought that I had something good to give, and I have been going hard ever since 2019. Like he said, I have been everywhere. I'm a host. I'm an interviewer. There's a lot more to me. Girl Talk Podcast started off as a relationship and sex podcast, but we have evolved and we have such bigger since. We talk about many other things as well. If you're not following me on social media, I'm on Instagram and mostly on my platform as Simone Alexa, SYMONE AOEXA. So if you're not following me, follow me. We about to turn up. We about to network, and we about to give y'all some tools and some instructions on how to make money and how to just network. And if you are facing obstacles on your brand, your business, you can't seem to get to the next level, that's why we're here, to get to know each other and to network and to just, yeah.
Give it up for Sis one more time. Give it up for Sis one more time. Let's get to the panelists. First up, we got somebody, man, that's very knowledgeable in entertainment. He's worked with a lot of people. He's worked with Kid Rock. He manages Trick. He's worked with a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie, if I get to saying all the names, I'm gonna be here for a while, man. Where bro at, man? Mikey Eckstein, man. Y'all come to the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all clap it up for bro. Next, arguably the most loudest voice in Detroit's entertainment scene. Opinionated, standing on business, but also very wise when it comes to social media. Businessman, entrepreneur. We got the one and only Dogface in the building, man. Y'all make some noise, clap it up for Dogface. Y'all can do better than that. Clap it up for Dogface. Let's get it. Lastly, somebody that took over single-handedly the podcast space in Detroit. Some of the hottest podcast guests in the city, some of the most informative podcast episodes. I really don't know who he haven't interviewed and had on his podcast, man. We got the one and only Kid L in the building, man. Y'all clap it up for Kid L. Make some noise, man. Y'all can make a little better noise than that. Let's get it. We felt it was very, very, very important to have them pop out and sit down to give insight. A lot of y'all may know things, a lot of y'all may have questions, a lot of y'all may be able to give information. But we just wanted to make sure that we created a platform and an event strictly for the videographers, photographers, and content creators. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. First and foremost, the way that this is gonna go for me and Alexa Rose, we have a series of questions that we want to ask the panelists, and we also gonna open up the floor for y'all to be able to ask specific questions. First and foremost, Kid L, we want to know the origin, the beginning of this whole thing that you put together. What you got is special, but we want to know what was the beginning of that for you.
So I've been in entertainment since like 2011, 2012. I was just starting out by shooting music videos for like a really long while. And then 2017, I eventually ran into Sada Baby and we shot Ape Shit, which generated millions of views when the first week it was released. I shot and edited it, and then all of a sudden, tons of people were reaching out to me to shoot music videos. So throughout that process, I came along to meet a lot of other big artists that wanted to shoot music videos, and my name just kind of spread across the city as like one of the best video directors out there. Eventually, I started going back to my roots of comedy and entertainment, because naturally that's what I am. And I started doing music reviews. I don't know if a lot of you guys remember, I would shred people's music on Instagram all day long. And I gained a lot of notoriety through that. One day, Helluva saw what was going on, and Helluva was like, I want to be doing music reviews with you on the podcast. So I said, okay. We did the music reviews, and then after, I asked him some industry questions, because it's like, hey, I got Helluva here. This guy's generating hundreds of millions of streams, all that stuff. We post the interview clips, and they go viral, and then everybody wants to be interviewed now. And I, at first, was doing it more so for fun, and then I realized the impact that it had over time, and that's why I continued with it from that point.
Second question, Kid L. In terms of strategy and just the process of actually going viral and understanding the nuances of content, can you explain the science behind it?
I think if you're naturally an entertainer, like you naturally have that creative gift to just know what works and what doesn't work, then you're gonna have an easier time than people who have less talent but work hard. So there's always been two types of people that succeed in the industry, and that's people who work their asses off and they have minimal talent, and people with exceptional talent and they can just work a little less hard than the other guy, but they'll still get through. I feel like I have natural creative ability. It helps me see things in a different perspective than other people might have, and it helps me gauge what works and doesn't work, and the consistency throughout that helped pivot me to a point where a lot of people are aware of who I am.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mikey, for you being in the position specifically, like working with Trick, and you being in music, but utilizing social media to brand and market the artists and people that you're working with, explain what you know about social media and how you're able to, even with Trick being an OG, how you're able to work with him and do special things via social media with him.
Right. Well, I've been doing this for a long time, for 27 years now, and luckily I have a 14-year-old son that's really tapped in and keeps me updated on everything too. But for us, utilizing social media is a great platform for everything that we have. When it comes to looking for resources. Actually, like, low-key, when I need something and I'm producing a film or some shit, like, I go straight to Facebook and I'll post something, like, and then take it down in 5 minutes, because I'll get 20 people. If I need to know somebody that owns a cemetery, or if I need to know somebody that owns some crazy shit, I'll get it and then I'll take it down. So it's a little bit more untraditional, but as far as like, marketing, it's great. I love coming up with different concepts, right? So it's like, I'll think left field, like, okay, let's say, we got a show. For instance, we got Juneteenth at Hart Plaza. And, I'll get with like somebody that I know that owns a hotel, a restaurant, a clothing brand, and we'll do a 5-way collaboration, right? Like, can you give away a gift certificate for dinner? And then can you give away a gift certificate to your hotel for a free night stay? Can you give away a gift card for, free clothing? And then all the brands, the artists, all get different eyes and people on their page. So everybody wins. And the concert gets the most attention. We give away a pair of tickets. So it draws more people. So you just gotta keep thinking differently and utilizing all the resources that we have as individuals that sometimes we don't think that deep into our Rolodex, So it's constantly evolving, but you gotta stay, above it with yourself too, and do different things other than just posting and checking every couple hours on some likes and views.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for being
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for being such a staple in Detroit, and thank you for continuing to put on for Detroit. Okay, so Dogface, first and foremost, I would like for you to introduce yourself, and it's a lot of people here that may not know who you are or what you do. So first and foremost, I would like for you to introduce yourself, tell the people who you are and what you do and the things you got going on.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dogface Calderon. I am the founder, host, and provocateur of Dogface TV podcast. I do a lot. I started off as a rapper. I realized I was too old to be rapping and I couldn't hang with the young dogs, so I went behind the scenes. I thought I would be better situated when it came down to everything that kind of like cultivated and supported and buttressed our artist's career. So I went into marketing, advertising, and promotion. This was in 2010, 2011. I specialize in advertising, marketing, promotion. I build promotional campaigns. I've worked with some of the biggest artists, not just in the city of Detroit, but across the country. I built bridges between Detroit and St. Louis, Detroit and Memphis. This is before Doug got signed to CMG. I was throwing independent concerts in St. Louis, Memphis, Alabama, Atlanta, Tampa Bay as well. Some of the artists, right now we have something where you have a lot of artists, specifically from Central Florida, who are being recognized for having the so-called Detroit flow. That was all made possible by myself and my brother Helliver teaming up with DJ Shizzle.